Disclaimer. This TikTok Live is intended for thoughtful discussion and debate on complex and sensitive topics. It is not meant to promote, glamorize, or trivialize any harmful behaviors or ideas. All views are shared with the purpose of fostering understanding, education, and open dialogue. Viewer discretion is advised, and we encourage respectful and mature engagement in the comments.
It's only reacts, breaking it down. No left, no right, just truth all around. It's not about parties, no red, no blue. She's calling it out, bringing facts to you. So tune in and see, no filter, just facts. Right here, right now, it's only reacts. It's only reacts.
Bro, that's a whole bop. I like that song. What's up, guys? I know it's a late night live. I don't expect a whole lot of people to be here, but I'm going to be coming live more often on this channel. I'm going to start posting more videos, doing a lot more editing on some of the subject matter that I want to talk about. Now, as you can see to the right of me here, well, my right, probably your left, I have 3 topics that I'm going to be discussing tonight, and I will probably bounce through back and forth because I think the first and the third topic tie together, and I'm going to explain to you why by showing you a few videos that a good friend of mine, awesome content creator by the name of Huey Media, you guys should follow him on Instagram. He's a fellow independent, real independent, I guess you call us digital journalists. I don't even know what you call it. Content creation. And he takes a pretty objective stance when it comes to both the left and the right. So I'm going to run a few of his clips today. And I want to know what you guys think by the end of the show. Eventually, I will put the link in the chat. And if you want to come up, please feel free to come up. Feel free to come up. So I'm about to run this first clip. I'm not going to give you any commentary on it of my own. I'm just going to run it, and I want to know what you think. Now, this is the full video of the hostages being released today from Hamas. Now, like I said in my video that I made and I put on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, I'm in no way being insensitive. I'm glad these people are home. I'm glad that they're back with their families. But I think it's totally okay for us to ask questions when things stick out like a sore thumb and don't necessarily make much sense, right? We're allowed to question those things. So I'm going to roll the clip and you guys let me know what you think. Now I'm going to have to pause this frequently because YouTube is becoming very strict with certain things you can and cannot react to. But the beginning of that video is just very eerie to me. The beginning of the video shows them being led into a van and it looks like they're being handed goodie bags. Now, clearly, from what I can see, I don't think that's being given to them via the Red Cross. Now, after we watch this video in its entirety, I will go back and point to some things that are just odd to me. And you guys can let me know in the comment section if you find it odd as well. Maybe we're thinking the same thing. I don't know, but let's keep rolling. Dude, bro. I gotta pause it. Is anybody else seeing what I'm seeing? This looks like an entire production put together, and we are somehow watching a fucking movie play out. Why do these hostages look so well taken care of? Why are they being escorted? Let me get this gun off here, this pew pew off here. But they're being escorted. Look at this. They're signing paperwork, clearly handover paperwork. Like I said earlier in the video, it looks like that these women were handed off a goodie bag. This is clearly something written in Arabic, which is probably in their language, speaking to the hostage handover, right? But they were handed goodie bags in the beginning of this video. Towards the end of the video, which we're watching now, there is this big theater of an exchange. Now, I'm bringing attention to this because we, for a year and a half straight, almost 2 years, heard how these people, and listen, let me make myself big when I say this. I am not a Hamas sympathizer. I am not a terrorist sympathizer. I think anybody that wants to do harm to this country is automatically an enemy. Now, doesn't mean that I don't understand why they might want to do us some harm, but I'm 100% not going to support them trying to do me some harm. I need people to understand that, because when you're having these conversations that are, they're nuanced. I'm going deeper into something that's beyond the surface level, and I'm talking about what's being set before us, bro. This whole thing just looks freaking staged. It looks staged. Is this a photo op, or are we exchanging hostages that have been subjected to disgusting treatment, right? Because they beheaded babies. They were essaying women, unaliving children, using them as human shields, right? Maybe not. Look at all these cameras. Bro, while we're at it, look at the ruins of this place, bro. Just driving there. Look at that. Look at all that. Look at how these people live, bro. This whole thing, this whole thing makes me upset. It makes me sad, because we give these people crazy amounts of money every year. Okay, we've helped fund this war that they're fighting over here today. And then when we as the American people get to see hostages that have been subjected to such disgusting, vile treatment get handed goodie bags, I'm gonna run it again. They're being, look at them. Do they look scared to you guys? Like, I'm just asking you to keep the spirit of what the media and Republicans, and yes, I'm going after Republicans right now, have seared into your mind for the last 2 years. Think of Lindsey Graham, think of Marco Rubio, all these people that have been having their confirmation hearings. How did you hear them speak about this group, bro? Come on, bro. Why are they smiling? This is Hamas filming them. Watch this. And I'm going to move on, but watch this. They're handed off goodie bags from the freaking terrorists.
Oh my God.
They're getting goodie bags from the terrorists. Listen, I don't buy this hostage exchange in the slightest. I don't. There is something happening. Okay. Something is happening on the big stage, and we're not all paying attention to it. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Why do you think TikTok is posing such a threat to the American government right now? I'm going to look at some of your comments while you guys give me that answer. You back at it with the stirring up the pot and getting started. Listen, I'm having the conversation that a lot of people want to have, and I'm trying to do it in a respectful way. So if this is stirring stuff up, I guess I'm stirring it up. Wouldn't be hard to pull off. People in costumes. Everybody's got their face covered. Both sides are in on it. Facts. I agree with you. All the people watching on Facebook, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. Okay. Share this live. I want this to be out everywhere. I want people to question things like I'm questioning things. This looks like a major production put together, packaged up, and sent off to us. And I'm sitting here looking at this like, wow, this is supposed to be the big bad wolf, but the big bad wolf doesn't look so big and bad. All right. Hey, Suni, glad to see you. Glad to see you too. All right, because TikTok allows people to tell the truth about all this. So you think it's information. Does anybody actually believe that the U.S. is vulnerable to adversaries such as China? Do you think that we have vulnerability in terms of our data when it comes to TikTok? What is your stance on that? I really want to know. Because I'm getting a mixture. Some people will say they understand that it's about information and the free flow of information that comes with being on TikTok and how favorable those algorithms are. And other people will say that it is indeed because China is a threat and they have our data. I don't know. I cannot say I understand the whole TikTok app anyhow. So, okay. Trying to understand Israel versus Palestine will give me a headache because it is all over the place. Okay, I got you. TikTok terms of service are unacceptable. What do you mean by they're unacceptable? What makes their terms and service agreements unacceptable? Listen, all these social media platforms censor you. Period, point blank. X absolutely participates in censorship. They just don't take your content down. But you know what they do? They take away your reach, which is what almost every content creator needs in order to get their stuff out. So yes, you're allowing me to type certain words on this screen, but you're also censoring me for saying this type of word by knocking my stuff down in the algorithm. TikTok is literally made by the Chinese. I mean, so is your phone. So is the shirt that you wear. Probably your TV, your washing machine, your dryer, maybe a camera if you got that in your home. Like, do you have a lot of Chinese made products in your home? Are you gonna throw all those things away? Because I'm cool. We could go American made, but literally almost everything you touch in this country is made by China or Taiwan. Sometimes you'll get Indonesia in there, but I don't know. Listen, y'all, I'm of the thought, okay, that this is all centered around information and that they found a loophole that allowed for them to be highly critical of behavior so that they can get away with censoring your speech, because that is the only way you can come up with a law like they came up with in terms of the Adversarial Act. Protect Americans against foreign adversary apps. I think that's what it's called. Excuse me, that piece of legislation. China's behavior is, we know it's questionable. Stuff they do over there, the types of laws that they have, it's all questionable. We don't want them having our data. Okay. Who doesn't want the government? Well, actually, I don't, but for the average citizen, who doesn't want the government looking out for them in terms of world leaders maybe wanting to do you some harm? Most people aren't going to think past, okay, well, the government says that they're doing this to protect us, so I guess this is to protect us. But I don't think it's that, because like I said to you before, China owns land in this country next to military bases. This is in Texas. Look this up yourself. Almost all the products that we bring in are made from China. The phones that you have, your TVs, Alexa, all these smart devices that you have in your phone is probably come from one of these Asian countries. Thank you for bringing up the Patriot Act. You're already infiltrated by China. So does it really make sense for them to want to protect your data when we still have apps such as Temu and Shein that are existing in America? And then you also have Facebook that is known for censoring its users. Facebook that also participated in, Cambridge Analytica. That whole thing, I think I'm saying it right, where they were illegally taking our data and selling it off. And then politicians such as Obama were using it to participate in propaganda. Yeah, they were spying on you then, but except it was the American government spying on you. So if TikTok can be here, then why can Mark Zuckerberg be here? Because he's clearly showing that he is willing to bend the knee to whoever's in power, period. But I'm going to get to some other clips. The reason I asked you guys what you think about the whole TikTok ban is because politicians have been pretty vocal about why this ban is even taking place. And I just wonder how many people are paying attention to what these people say versus what they don't say, or if people even care at all. Because sometimes things like this is social media, right? It's not very important to people, but this is a way we've been able to get out information on our own as the people without the horrible legacy media. So sorry, my cat is in here cutting up. I'm going to roll this clip and y'all let me know what you think.
Some wonder why there was such overwhelming support for us to shut down potentially TikTok or other entities of that nature. If you look at the postings on TikTok and the number of mentions of Palestinians relative to other social media sites, it's overwhelmingly so among TikTok broadcasts. So I'd note that's of real interest, and the president will get the chance to make action in that regard. Typically, the Israelis are good at PR. What's happened here? Why has the PR been so awful? I know that's not your area of expertise, but you have to have some thoughts on that, which is, I mean, as you've said, why has Hamas disappeared in terms of public perception? An offer is on the table to have a ceasefire, and yet the world is screaming about Israel. It's like, why aren't they screaming about Hamas?
Did you hear what he said? I'm going to roll it back.
Some wonder why there was such overwhelming support for us to shut down potentially TikTok or other entities of that nature. If you look at the postings on TikTok and the number of mentions of Palestinians relative to other social media sites, it's overwhelmingly so among TikTok.
Did he say anything about your data? People wonder why, we're okay with banning TikTok. Did he say anything about your data? No. This man said Israel's PR sucks. And because Israel's PR sucks, we can't have this app allowing all these people to have free flowing of information, to see what's actually going on here, there, to hear different perspectives, to not just be dead stuck on your own, maybe a perspective that doesn't even make sense, but it's all about information. It's all about information. And yes, I'm going to get into how Charlie Kirk looks a total fool. Matter of fact, let me send that tweet to myself now. Charlie Kirk got called out by Dean Withers. I did a video on this, and rightfully so, because he didn't remain consistent on this issue of social media. He flip-flopped. Where's it at? Where is it at? To me, this is serendipitous. We should enjoy saying things like this because that means that The population is thinking. People are actively challenging narratives, which is what we need to do. So this is Dean Withers here. And he said, what changed, Charlie? Because over here you can see Charlie Kirk is talking about when President Trump wanted to get rid of TikTok. And he said, President Donald Trump just announced on Air Force One that he will be banning the evil CCP compromised app TikTok. America can't continue to allow our citizens to be surveilled by Xi Jinping and his terrorist cronies. Oh, God. Fight back. And then, of course, he's called out today. Trump is saving TikTok. Pay attention, Gen Z. Save TikTok for what? This is what I mean. Is it always, is it really about the data, or is it about the information that you guys don't like flowing? And much like the left had to learn, I think the right is learning as well. You can't force things down people's throats. You can't force this Zionist agenda down people's throats. No different than you're not going to be able to force the whole LGBTQ agenda down people's throats. Okay. Not everybody cares about what's going on over there. Most people in this country are more focused on how their politicians are affecting them. An America First agenda. But every time one of these American politicians with the R behind their name opens their mouth lately, it is always something to do with this country in defense of their actions. And I'm going to play this again with no sound. These women are smiling. So-called hostages coming out of horrible treatment, getting in cars with clean clothes on, bandages on, and goodie bags. This makes me so bad. It makes me feel like we're watching a massive movie and everybody else is in on the con except for us. That's how I feel. Check these other clips out. These other clips, and like I said, this came from Huey Media. You guys go follow him. Please go follow him. He's a dope content creator. He put together a whole compilation. Check this out.
But we need to talk about TikTok. TikTok, if you will, it is the 24/7 news channel of so many of our young people, and it's like Al Jazeera on steroids, amplifying and intensifying the anti-Semitism and the anti-Zion with no repercussion.
The issue in the United States in support for Israel is not left and right. It is young and old. And the numbers of young people who think that Hamas's, massacre was justified is shockingly and terrifyingly high. And so we really have a TikTok problem.
Do you hear what they've said over and over and over and over again? I'm playing you these clips for a reason. This is not about data, bro. It's about the free flow of information. Both the left and the right have scapegoats. Okay? The left, white supremacy. Let's blame Republicans for their racist practices. Okay? Let's blame it all on them. And the right over here, listen, anti-Semitism is one of the most important issues in this country, and it's rising, and we need to draft legislation against it. We need to draft legislation against your speech against it. And we're going to have to take this social media app that allows you to speak freely, the thing that you've been asking for, the thing that X was supposed to be before Elon Musk decided to renege, not even renege, because hold on, let's look for another tweet. Did you guys actually see his tweet about freedom of speech? Does not mean freedom of reach. It seems like TikTok is a threat to the establishment, to the status quo. And instead of just being honest about that, they'd rather tell you, no, it's about your data. No, it's about the information that's on it. We don't exist on any social media app that is freedom of speech. Elon Musk does not even know how to define hate speech. Listen to this. New Twitter policy is freedom of speech, but not freedom of reach, which is censorship. Negative/hate tweets will be max deboosted and demonetized. So no ads or no other revenue to Twitter. You won't find that tweet unless you specifically seek it out, which is no different from the rest of the internet. So we're not going to take your post down. We're just going to shadow ban you. We're going to take your reach, all the things that matter to you, all the things that are important to you. This is why TikTok is so important, especially to somebody like me. Now, TikTok is not perfect. TikTok has insane censorship on your speech. You can get flagged for little to nothing. You can get flagged for saying white. You can get flagged for saying black. There's so many things that you can get flagged for over there, so much so that people use what's called TikTok language. But it is the app that has the most open algorithm that is favorable to people who are trying to fight against the ridiculous narratives that are being set forth. We have to pay attention to what our politicians are saying. This is Mike Johnson.
Hi, this is House Speaker Mike Johnson. I'm here at the APEC conference, and we want to emphasize it has never been more important for the U.S. to stand with our friend and ally Israel. This is an important time on the world stage. We have to project and maintain peace through strength. We're going to intend to do that. The House Republicans stand strong with you. God bless.
Bro, what? When do these politicians have this type of energy towards us as Americans? Now I'm going to stop ranting and get out of your hair, and maybe we can get into some inauguration predictions. Do you think something crazy is going to happen? But I hope watching this live, I'm able to maybe formulate an alternative view to what is happening mainstream. TikTok is just an app. Nobody should be crying over it. The fact that people were crying over it and losing their minds was crazy, right? Nobody should be crying over it. We should not be losing sleep over it. But what we should be losing sleep over is our government pissing on us and telling us that it's raining. This has nothing to do with China being an adversarial country or TikTok being an adversarial app. It has everything to do with information. And if you can understand that we've been in an information war for longer than Trump, has been relevant, but for a number of decades, we've been in this information war, then you have to be able to identify that at every angle, no matter if it's left or right. I don't know if you guys noticed, I completely changed my brand, changed my intro song, because I'm calling out both the left and the right, because it's not about parties. There ain't no red, no blue. There is good and evil, and you're either rocking with Christ or you're not. And that's as simple as it is for me now. I don't care about politicians and the promises that they make. I want to see action. And I'm not looking for someone perfect, which is clearly why somebody like me decided to vote for Trump. He's not the perfect candidate. He's not even my ideal candidate. If there was somebody that was not Trump, that probably had a bit of his personality and more of conservative views, I would vote for that person over Trump any day. But that's not the person we got. We stuck with Trump for the next 4 years. We know what we had with Trump in 2016 and beyond. I hope he brings that style of governing back. But I'm going to be honest, bro. I think Trump's going to govern as a moderate. I do. Just look at all the moves that he's making. Look at all the things that we now support on the right that would have never been something to support 5 years ago, 2 years ago. People over here support the pro-choice argument now. People over here support a man getting married to another man. The whole LGBTQ thing, all of the things that used to set us apart are no longer relevant in this party anymore. Just think about what I'm saying. Think about what I showed you. Think about the video that I showed you. Think about the production that went into that. Think about how many politicians, two or three politicians that you heard come out and openly say that this is about information. Israel was losing the PR war, so TikTok's got to go. It's a problem. Just think about that. And then think about how you have interpreted the moves that Congress is making to get rid of this app. I'm just here to give you the questions that pop in my head when I see things like this. I immediately want to know why. And somebody in my Discord server, her name is Tulips. I don't know if she's watching, but shout out to her if she is. She brought up a different perspective that I don't think is so far-fetched. She said, hey, you don't find it ironic that hostages are released on the day that TikTok is not operating and nobody can go live? Now, sounds far-fetched, right? But I would also think that it's far-fetched for us to experience what we've experienced in this country thus far. We survived a pandemic. We survived being locked down in our homes for ridiculous reasons, being forced, not even forced, but people deciding to put on a mask that did nothing to save you. You know, go back into your homes after January 6th and not fight anymore because voting really doesn't matter. Right? We will see what happens in the next 4 years, but I hope you're paying attention to the things that I'm setting in front of you. And I hope you take these things and you go look into these candidates yourself and go look into the things that they say versus what they don't say. And also, keep the chat going because you guys have been engaging with me for a minute. Thank you. We got a total of 19 people watching. Shout out to you guys. We got 12 people on the OG YouTube page. Hi, Mike. What's up, y'all? Thank you for being here. I know it's super late for some of y'all. It's about 9:30 on the West Coast. We got 3 or 4 people over on Facebook. What's up, Facebook? I hope you're doing good. Thanks for sitting in and watching this very kind of just random pop-up live, late night live. But you know, let me know what you think. Share this live. I'm probably going to edit this live, chop it up so that I can put it back up and repurpose it. But share this live with people. Ask them what their thoughts are. Ask them if they have the same questions that we all have. Why do these hostages look so well kept? Why is the story of Hamas not lining up with how they've released not just these hostages, okay, but the hostages before these 3 were released? The older lady, when she was asked, how did they treat you? And she said she was treated fine. They treated her well. She got medical treatment. She was eating. May not have been luxury meals, but the fact that you were getting that, I'm going to see if I can find that before I go. So I want you guys to really, not that you think I'm making it up, but I really want y'all to take in what I'm saying. Let me see. Initial Hamas hostages released. It was an older lady. And she sat down and spoke in front of cameras. Probably won't be able to find it. That's probably buried. See, this is why my husband's always telling me, you need to download these things that you hear. Hold on. I think I found it. Okay, I found it. All right. This will be the last thing I show y'all, and then I'm going to move on. This was the older lady that was released. This was a year ago. And this is her daughter translating for her how she was treated. Now, I'm just going to play this. You let me know what you think.
My mom is talking about them coming there. When they arrived into a large hall in which about 25 hostages were gathered. And after 2 or 3 hours, Those hostages, 5 of them, she among them, were taken into a separate room. My mom is saying that they were very friendly towards them. My mom is saying that they were very friendly towards them. My mom is saying that they were very friendly towards them and that they took care of them, that they were giving them medicine.
I hate when I do this. My bad. Listen, bro. Did you hear what this lady said? Did you hear what this lady said?
They were very friendly towards them. My mom is saying that they were very friendly towards them and that they took care of them, that they were giving them medicine.
They were very friendly to them. They took care of them and they gave them their medicine. Dog. So many people are like, no, we must support Israel. We must support Israel. Do we really have to? Do we really have to? From what we have been told from them and their intel in our country, the propaganda that we receive, these people are being subjected to harsh conditions. The women and children are being beheaded and raped. But anytime we've seen a hostage release from these folks, they've been in good condition. Now, somebody can say, well, Sunni, how do you know they're not getting rid of the ones that will talk? And these people are the ones that are willing to lie for them. Come on, man. Let's be real. Really? Maybe that is a thing. Maybe I should consider that. But I'm gonna put on my thinking cap. This stinks, bro. It does.
They were given medicine and they were treated. One of the men with them had badly injured from a motorbike accident on the way, and the paramedic was looking after his wounds. He was given medicine and antibiotics.
Why would a terrorist organization take care of Israelis? Why would they tell this old lady who was taken hostage by Hamas? She says this out of her own mouth. Her captors promised not to harm her and took great pains with her medical care. But she said also being taken hostage was like hell. And I'm sure it was. You're being snapped by people you don't know. Scary. But to know this woman's account is completely different than what the media is showing us, than what our own representatives are showing us on the right, should piss you off as an American. Should piss you off. You should be beside yourself that you are being lied to and led into accepting an unnecessary war over in that region for nothing. For nothing. Check out my latest post that I've been putting up. That'll tell you where I am and that'll fill in some blanks that I didn't provide you tonight. I just wanted to come live and give you my thoughts on the hostage situation. I don't buy it. This TikTok ban, although it is back, you cannot go live. It's more than just China being a threat to our national security. It's about citizens being a threat to their national security and the status quo and the narrative. And we should know that. We should wise up. excuse me, and call that out. And shout out to the bigger influencers that get on their platforms every day and receive the same backlash that I receive, just at a higher level. Shout out to you all, because it's not easy getting up here and doing these shows. It's not easy to get on here and say something when you know people are probably going to like try to twist and maim what you're saying. You know, most people that watch this are not going to watch it from the lens of like you being genuine and you talking about something that actually matters, right? Most people are going to try to pick apart what I'm saying. They're going to try to pick apart what Anomaly says. Bryson Gray, shout out to freedom of speech. Pick apart what you're saying. Record you, JG. These are all people that I interact with. Slayer, you know, a lot of content. Candace Owens, she's a big one. But these people get up day in and day out and they create content and they put out information, because clearly I'm passionate about this. Clearly Candace and all these other content creators, we're passionate about what we do. And we all have to stand up. It can't just be me. It has to be all of us. And we all fight in our own ways. Not everybody is going to be in the lane of podcasting. Not everybody's going to be in the lane of activism. You know, whatever it is you do, becoming a politician. But please, we got to get out there and do something. So before I get off, I want to know what you guys think about the inauguration. Do you think something crazy is going to happen that day, or do you think it's going to be fairly boring? I got a lot of people who are asking me what I think is going to happen. I personally don't know. I'm kind of just sitting around waiting to see. I'm going to get on here a bit early. We are streaming it, by the way. Somewhere in the middle we'll be on. We'll be on with Liddell. And of course, we'll have some more friends come with us to watch the inauguration, cover it, cover the events around it. And hopefully it goes off without a hitch. And we could just get on with the next 4 years and see what happens. That's where I'm at with it. But what do you guys think? Hopefully they're not going to play the gay anthem. Why? Listen, Trump is not letting that song go. He's not. Hopefully it's chill. They're going to have Snoop there. You think Snoop going to blow weed, smoke in the air and say, relax. It's going to be the basics, but I really want Clarence Thomas to swear in Trump and Samuel Alito to swear in JD Vance. Hopefully it's chill. Hopefully we're all right and it's chill and nothing happens and we get off, you know, to a decent start. But we will see. I'm excited to see what happens along the ride. Expect more content like this. I greatly appreciate you guys rocking with me so late. I will see you tomorrow. I'm about to hop off here, download this so I can clip it up. It's been dope. It's been real. I appreciate y'all. I think I'm out. Hold on. I'm not quite out yet because I don't even got the outro ready. Peace out.
It's only reacts, breaking it down. No left, no right, just truth all around. It's not about parties, no red, no blue. She's calling it out, bringing facts to you.